Today's Captain's Blog is made possible by an enthusiastic grant from Josh Manalo. Thank you, sir.
We're just going to warm up with this.
Yes.
What?
The regulations on quads carry over to RC planes.
Regulations on quads started with RC planes.
Yes. What's the term they use? They don't call them quads or planes. It's like
Unmanned aerial vehicle.
yeah, UAV. That's it. Okay, you almost had a hammerhead stall.
You want a hammerhead stall?
I want a hammerhead stall. Okay, that's nice. I saw Bob Hoover do 2 loops, a 16-point roll, big teardrop turn, land and bring it right up to the reviewing stand with his engines off.
I can do any move Hoover can do. The trade-off is he was actually in the airplane when he did it.
This is true.
I can do moves with this airplane that would kill a pilot.
Oh, no doubt.
That's the advantage of model aircraft.
He was flying a, wasn't a strike. He had a twin-engine business turboprop that carried an experimental aircraft rating when he was in it.
A beautiful one-point landing.
1 point. Yeah.
Well, if you pull your head out of your fucking video game, you might notice this stuff. Just saying.
He's playing it in the video game.
Oh yeah, it's not a video game if it's on your phone.
I didn't know. I called it a video game. That's exactly
Candy
what
Crush.
Shit! What the hell was that? Oh, broken clock. What the fuck was that? I don't
I
know.
don't think she's gonna fly like that. A little bit of a vibration.
Just a bit there.
With realistic piston-powered sound. Yeah, another prop. All right, well, we've warmed up.
What the hell happened there anyway?
I have no idea. I've done that a bajillion times. I do it that time. Ah, I'm scared.
You were distracted.
By what? A
I don't know.
squirrel?
Scolding me.
I don't scold you nearly enough. You need proper abuse. Here, this is your fault. We're blaming you.
Okay.
All right, shall we test this?
It will be drastically different than what you remember. I can tell you that.
All right.
Because right now, your controls actually go to extensive motion, and they didn't do that before.
Well, let's try it out.
I don't have my little quarter. We could adjust your kids out here.
Ooh, that'd be exciting. I like a good pid twiddling. Alright, this is Kidwell set up and tuned testing.
Okay, tuned? That's a little bit generous of a term to use for what was done with this thing.
It's like that.
It's like that.
You know, I feel good. It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine.
It's tuned. It's got numbers. I mean, how hard can it be?
The numbers
You're a
have...
good pilot. You can keep it in the air.
The numbers have been adjusted. It's like after you tell me how it's flying, we'll talk about adjusting things, and then we'll call it tuning.
It's going to be like that.
It's going to be like that.
This is going to crash in 30 seconds, isn't it?
Got your volume turned all the way down, by the way, if that's important to you. It's like I was playing with it so much, it was getting annoying.
Volume 100. Thank you.
Well, let's see how this sucks. Flying. VFR to start.
Safety switch on. Safety switch on.
Okay, it got airborne.
It's already better than it was the last time.
And it's actually staying in one place.
Needs a little trim, but it's doing pretty good. So you changed the D-shot motor stuff?
Everything.
Let's see how the motors work. Ready?
Yeah.
Whoa. Jesus. Jesus, fuck, Paul.
You liking that?
Holy shit.
I told you, I played with it.
It's, watch this.
Yeah, it is.
Alright. I'm gonna fly a lap.
Safety switch on.
Let's see if the video
the
system
safety
works.
The safety switch actually cuts the engine
Safety switch actually does what it's supposed to?
Yeah, that was a plus.
This is serious luxury, Paul. I don't know if I can handle living like this. This is the first lap I've run in months.
A hell of a lot of work went into
Months.
that working, I'll tell you.
Hey, I got a picture. I got my ID. I'm recording. Hell, I haven't flown FPV in a month.
Neither have I.
Alright, you ready?
Safety switch on.
Whoa, hyper twitchy.
Yeah, I expect that.
Hyper twitchy. Really bad visibility.
Get a little dark for that camera.
Yeah, it's a lot dark for that camera.
Jesus.
Now I can see.
I'd love to know how high you are right now.
About 200 feet at the moment.
You're behind the tree.
Yeah, I'm flying this out in the sun. This is great. I have huge deflection. Absolutely massive deflection. I can't see worth a shit.
Time remaining.
Like my video's really, really bad. I think if it was darker out, I'd actually see better. I don't know if I'm running the owl on this or not.
I don't think so. The owl's on the other one.
But it's just, my video sucks, but the flying is beautiful. Like with the old tuning on it, I wouldn't be flying in this because the video just wouldn't make it any fun at all. But the flying's so good that I don't care how bad the video is. Alright. So...
Level 3D.
Well, that's what I want. There we go. So I gotta get up here. That's where shit gets exciting. Jesus. It's stupid powerful, Paul.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Well, the level mode works really good. Snap you out of a dream. I can't see well enough to fly low enough, I don't think, to do laps, but let me give it a shot. Is there any people anywhere behind us?
Not behind us.
All right. Are there any people on the course?
There are no people between. Oops, you're on the ground.
Yeah, I know.
There's no people between the fence and us.
Okay. Yeah, once I'm in the dark, I can see it. It's this weird twilight shit. It's really bouncy. Yeah, going dark to light is really hard. I can see when I'm in the dark, I can see great. It's being not in the dark.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Like I can almost tell there's a tree there. Then I get in under the trees, I can see beautifully. I got great video here. It's when I get out of here that it sucks. I actually have more power than I can realistically control down here, which is really cool. This is so much better, Paul. It's on the edge of out of control. You have created Eddie Van Halen's guitar.
Glad you like it.
It'll do anything you want, but it's right on the edge of out of control. I want to see what Sam can do with it. Shit, I'm out of battery. I'm always out of battery.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Safety switch.
Whoa, what? You kind of bounced.
Oh, I've done way worse than that. That's fine. Yeah, that's awesome, but it's too dark to fly it. Like, it's in under the trees, you're great. It's clear as day. It's beautiful in the low light. You get out here, and it's switching modes, and it's just shit. But, oh my god, I'm flying the shit out of that tomorrow. Like, if the weather tomorrow is as nice as the weather was today, I'm going to burn every battery through this tomorrow. Holy Christ. It's so much better.
It makes me happy.
You did good. As far as like, you know, you're asking me like what tuning adjustments do you want to take? None of them. It's great. It's exactly awesome. It's tuned beyond my abilities as a pilot. Like Sam could handle this, but I can't. And that's exactly where I want to be. I can't fly this anywhere near its potential. So I'm just going to go out and crash a lot.
I'm happy to hear you say all of that.
You did good. You did way good. So I'm going to fly this, which is much more sedate, because I can fly this and be able to see it. I wish it was actually a little, I wish it was darker to fly that too. I wish it was a little bit tall. Let's fly the walrus.
Flight mode 1.
I am the Eggman. They are the Eggman. I am the walrus.
I'm the night walrus.
Goo-goo-goo-choo.
Get this plane.
Real.
It's cheap, like really cheap. It's a shitty plane, but it's very docile. It's really fun to fly. This is the plane you just keep in the back of your car, and it's cheap enough that you don't really give a shit about it. You actually get flying? It's really easy to fly. It's very docile. Manual everything. And you can fly it at night, which is when I tend to fly. What are you doing? Why do we have this roll to starboard happen? And this plane loves low and slow. It's not aerobatic at all. It's really dopey. It doesn't track worth a shit. It would deeply benefit from AS3S. But this is just the go dick around for a half hour on your lunch? So, I got a story to tell you, Paul.
What you got?
I got to tell you about the past week.
Well, you've had a week.
I have had a week. So this is what's happened this week. So, like 2 weeks ago, Moose lost her car.
Yep.
So, and I don't have any money.
Heard all about that.
So I took all the money I had. I scraped together $1,600. I bought her a truck for like $1,600 somewhere. It was about $1,600, right?
Right.
So I buy her a truck, and the plan is I'll buy her the truck so we can get her the car that like a proper decent car,
A moose car. Yeah.
a Moose car, and then I'll just give Batman the truck, and it'll be cool, right?
Right.
Also, during this time frame, I trade my boat motor to a buddy of mine for an old pickup truck. So now I got 2 trucks, and the pickup truck I traded for really needed brakes.
Right.
So that's not a big deal. It's a couple $100, put brakes on, it'll be cool. So now I got a truck for Batman, I got a truck for towing boats. Life is good, right?
Right.
Hook Moose up with the truck. Moose hates the truck. Like, it's a shitty truck, right? And Moose is used to, like, she's a professional. She's used to a decent car. And the truck is not. The truck's a total piece of shit. So this week, let's start with Moose's truck. Oh yeah, it bursts into fucking flames. She goes and gets lunch. She comes back. We're sitting, eating lunch. Moose and I are sitting together eating lunch. And there's a lot of yelling all of a sudden. And then there's a lot of activity on the radio. And then there's fire, fire, fire. Where at? Parking lot. So that ends lunch. And the rest was in the blog. You've seen that. So now Moose does not have a truck. Thus, go sub, other truck, start fixing that. So the next morning, I wake up, and everybody I know is messaging me on the internet. Okay, I've got like 50 different messages. They're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So, you know what FetLife is, right?
Yeah.
All right, it's like Facebook for kinky people,
Right.
right? So I got a FetLife where I use it to sell various products and stuff from my other company, right?
Yep.
And
Everywhere.
I haven't done any work with my other company in a while because I got busy with other shit, and then I got into cryptocurrency, and I'm making more money with cryptocurrency than I was with building kinky shit for fun people. So it's just like coasted, right? I haven't been actively promoting it or doing any projects. But somebody, somewhere, did something rather interesting.
What did they do?
Do you remember my live journal?
Yes.
Do you remember the last time I had a live journal?
Years ago.
Years ago. When Pix dumped me in a live journal comment,
I remember.
that was what, June 2010?
Give or take.
That's when I said fuck a live journal and just shut it down and deleted the whole thing. Because I was like, fuck this shit. She was the only person I ever really used it for, so fuck it. Somebody posted pictures of my FetLife, a lot of projects there, like they posted pictures of the bed I made out of the old conveyor system, that
Yeah.
really sexy bondage bed I did.
Right.
They posted pics of that. They posted pics of the handles project, the really nice stainless handles and dildos and stuff like that. Like a lot of my really like top shelf work. Nothing bespoke, nothing custom for a specific client. So nothing, because I wouldn't post that. I wouldn't post pics of that on the internet. But just generic stuff that I had built of a kinky nature, right?
Right.
But it's all really, really high-end, good craftsmanship work. It's stuff I was really proud of, so it was all online. But it's on my FetLife, so like it doesn't have my name on there, and there's like a tiny handful of people that know me on FetLife, right? So cool. Well, they also post some of the other pics from my FetLife, which includes my dick. Because at one point, much smack had been talked about the size of my dick, which is kind of legendary among a certain group of people. So as proof, I posted a picture of my dick in all of its glory. My massive, massive 2.5-inch English member for King and Country. So somebody posted that picture, a lot of other stuff off my FetLife, projects and that, and comments that I had put on LiveJournal in 2007.
All right.
Now, FetLife is a lot like Facebook where it dates things, so you
Right.
can see when something was posted. The
Right.
screen cap they took was from a month ago. The LiveJournal comments were from 2007. And this posted just like 2 days ago. So they've been sitting on this for a long time. So they post this to the Michigan subreddit, the Grand Rapids subreddit, as comments to my Bitcoin classes post.
Right.
Like they put this all over, like half a dozen different places. So the first thing that happens is a lot of my friends start messaging me saying, you need to know about this right now. So I check it out and I have one hell of a good laugh and I'm like, all right, well that's probably not good that they're doing that. And I mean, yeah, thank you for posting my giant penis to the internet. I'm sure that's going to go over great. And thanks for posting some of my best craftsmanship, because what they're saying is, Chris Boden is building sex stuff at the Geek Group, and there's children there, and oh my god, I built a bed. I built a bed. How many people have, hell, I've built several beds for other people that weren't of a kinky nature at the Geek Group, and I can think of easily half a dozen people that have built beds and God knows how many tables. We've had to have done 100 different tables. Hell, we just did the ones with Matt with the really sexy live edge, and he built like 15 of those. I built furniture. I'm not ashamed of that. You posted my dick on the internet. I have a giant dick. It has a knee. I'm not ashamed of that. It's gonna suck. Come out of that tree.
Man, that was close.
Yeah, I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing here. Let's get out in open air. So, this all goes live, and the first thing that happens is all my friends message me. The second thing that happens, well, the Grand Rapids subreddit alone is something like 9,000 people. Now, it's Reddit, so a disproportionate number of those are men, but a non-trivial number are women. A non-trivial number are gay men. And oh yeah, I'm kind of famous right now for gay rights, so half the town thinks I'm queer anyway. So I started getting a whole lot of unsolicited attention and unsolicited dick pics. Because apparently if you have a giant dick and you put it on the internet, every gay man in Michigan thinks it's okay for them to send you pictures of their dick. That was my breakfast. So,
how many
lot
proposals did you get?
I got a lot of unsolicited dick pics. I got a lot of boobs. There are a lot of boobs on the internet. And there are a lot of women who really want to send me their boobs. And I'm okay with that because boobs are fun. I like boobs. So I got a lot of boob pics. And I got 2 marriage proposals. I'm not entirely sure they're very serious, but I got 2 marriage proposals out of that.
Were they from guys or girls?
The 2 that I'm counting were from girls. There was a couple from guys. That's legal now, so you know, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, well, that works.
Yeah. So that was a thing. And I got a lot of really cool support from people who are much more famous than I am and who noticed it and were like, you'll get through this, it's okay. Like, they're expecting me to be just crushed. I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not ashamed of anything. And you know, so I had a hell of a laugh. I was like, okay, that's not an appropriate thing to do, and you know, that's kind of a shitty thing to do, and I'm kind of pissed about the whole, like, I don't mind having my dick on the internet, I'm fine with that, but I really don't like the fact that it was, there's got to be a term for this, I can't think off the top of my head, but like, inappropriate, unintentional pornography, okay, forced pornography, like if somebody, how would you feel if somebody, like if you had a really awesome boyfriend, and you sent him sexy pictures, and then a month later, these are on the internet publicly, you know, and this happens to a lot of women, and I have a real big problem with that. That is not appropriate behavior. Right. So while I think it's funny, that's my opinion, I'm really proud of my dick. But
the act itself is inappropriate, and just because I can handle it doesn't mean other people can. So I think I'm gonna have to like write a thing and talk about this, because now it's something that's affected me.
Have you figured out who disseminated the information?
Well, it's a really short list to work off of, because it's got to be somebody who knew me back when I was on LiveJournal. So that's Keizu era, because the LiveJournal ended pretty much right when we came to Grand Rapids.
Right.
It's got to be somebody with a giant axe to grind, because this took time, this took effort. And it's somebody who knows who I am on FetLife, and that's a very short list of people. So I will find this person. It's only a matter of time. And
I'd be very interested to hear who it is.
oh, so will I, and so will the judge, I'm sure, because I've already started legal proceedings. Like, we've already called the lawyer, and we have set balls in motion. And it was kind of cool, because they're usually like, you know, are you actually going to prosecute this guy, or are you going to write a big thing on the internet? And I was like, no, we're out for blood. This person is going to jail. Because it turns out, that's a really, like, there's kind of against the law, like, let the dog out, and then there's, like, really fuck you against the law. Involuntary pornography, fuck you against the law. That's a big deal. So, this will be fun. Like, this is worth my time. I will go to court for this.
Is this a civil matter or a criminal?
No, it's a criminal matter.
So, if you file a complaint, the prosecutor...
Yeah, off you go. And we have a lot of friends at, you know, high up in various companies. So me having a friend, or at the very least a good fan, at Imgur, where they posted it, and at Reddit, completely within the realm of possibility. Absolutely. And if I don't have a direct friend or fan there, you can bet we know somebody who knows somebody. So, I mean, 6 degrees, man. And we're kind of big in the nerd world. So that happens. And then today...
Yeah, this is the week. And
This
that was one item.
Yeah, so after all that, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It's Solstice hits. Yesterday, or day before. I'm not sure. They all blend together for me. Day before. Solstice hits. And I'm like, it's the longest day of the year. I only boat in the evening. Like, this is my prime boating time, right? I got the latest possible sunset. I'm going to hop in my boat. I'm going to go to Grand Haven. I'm just going to chill because the water was beautiful. Like, I got the Grand Haven camera, the webcam thing, so I can check the water. So, and it's beautiful. So I'm like, I'm going to fucking Grand Haven with my big boat. It's going to be cool. I drive all the way out to Grand Haven. That's a bit of a hike from here. It's not bad, but it's a bit of a hike. Trailer, fumble fuck around. So it's easy, half an hour to get there. 20 minutes of fucking with everything, getting in the water, get the munchies, gas up, all that shit. Get in the water. Boat starts right up. Back out from the dock like a boss. Cruising in my 4.0. Get 200 yards from the dock. So you got the Mill Point dock, and you got the drawbridge. Now, I used to live in Grand Haven, and I've sat and waited for that fucking drawbridge a million times. I've seen it up, I've seen it down, I've heard the bells and all that jazz. The drawbridge is awesome. I think it's great. Never in my life have I seen the drawbridge from the water, and I've wanted to, because I go under it. Every time I go to Grand Haven, you go under the drawbridge, the swing bridge, and out around the sag into the harbor. First time in my life, the drawbridge. It's like the bells are going, and shit's happening, and danger, and traffic's backing up. I gotta see the drawbridge. Yeah! So I'm heading towards the drawbridge. Then I get pulled over. Pulled over by the sheriff in a boat. This happens, there's a little sheriff boat cruiser, okay? I was making a wake. When they say no wake, they mean no wake. My boat sucks and doesn't really, like if you're down and just chunk, just one notch forward, and that's where I was, you make too much of a wake for the sheriff to be happy. All right, so pull over, and I'm like, okay, I need to shut off the engine, roll down the window, put my hands up. This doesn't really work. And he's like, tie on! So he comes up alongside, and he's doing no wake too. And he comes up, and it's really cool to get pulled over on a boat. You tie off to his boat. He's got like I don't know, like a 20-foot Boston whaler type of thing, like a center console. It's a really nice boat. He pulls up, tie off, and we just kind of spin, like orbit. And every time I go around, I'm watching the fucking drawbridge. And he was cool. He was a really good guy. He was really cool. And he's like, so, you got any life jackets in there? And I'm like, of course we do. We got a little in the back of my head. I bought a 4-pack of life jackets. And I watched them fly out of the back of the truck with one of the cushions going down the highway a while ago and forgot to replace them. So he's like, you got a choice. You can go back to Mill Point, because it's only like 200 yards away, at a slow no-wake speed. Or you can continue on, and I'm going to write you a ticket. And when you come back, I'm going to be here. I'm going to write you another ticket. I'm like, how much a ticket? Because I'm thinking, is this like a $5? He's like, no. For the price of the 2 tickets, you could buy a hell of a lot of life jackets, I tell you that. So I was like, okay, cool. Understand, I'm 200 fucking yards from the dock.
Right.
I've been in the water like 10 minutes. Turn it around, take it back to the dock, park the boat. I never got to go under the drawbridge, but he was cool and he didn't give me a ticket. So that's, you know, he was a good guy. And the next day, not only did I buy life jackets for that boat, I bought life jackets for the other boat too. There's a dual sets of 4,
Okay.
one for each boat. So make this a set.
I have a horse collar life preserver.
Yeah, no, these are like modern day
I understand that
sleep sets.
it's like
For show?
a bazillion. It's the one that's in the garage.
Well, yeah,
Horse collar. You mean like the full circle?
No, it's horse
just
collar.
this.
It's got the opening in the bottom. It's a big upside down. It looks like a horseshoe.
Okay. So that's solstice night.
Yeah.
Today, now I traded my big Force 85 outboard for the truck, right? The second truck. This is a redneck deal. I traded an outboard boat motor for an old pickup truck. Had there been a blue tick hunting dog and or a shotgun involved in the trade as well, I could have gotten more redneck points, but short of that, maybe some moonshine, I'm about as good as I can get.
Okay.
So I got the truck because he told me, yeah, it's a tired old truck, it's got no brakes, needs a full set of brake lines. No problem, we got that. So Lefty puts the truck on the hoist today. We all push it in, he puts it on the hoist. He comes back to me a couple hours later and he's got a list as long as my, well, there's pictures on the internet. The truck needs like over $1,000 worth of shit. One of the leaf springs is sitting on the floor, which is fine if it weren't for the fact that it was sitting in 2 pieces. The truck is fucked. The only thing holding the gas tank in the truck is habit. Okay, because both of the straps were just disintegrated away. So I'm like,
How did he drive it in?
he pushed it. He pushed it. We trailered it here. He pushed it in the middle. So I'm like, well, I'm fucked. So that was today. That's been the week I've had. Throughout all of this, the dusty mess of grinding the floors, huge amount, like we completely overhauled Studio D. That's in shambles at the moment. We're just putting it back together now. The nap rooms all got ripped out, and we're putting in cubicles up there to create quiet space offices. Like just huge shit going on in the building through all of this. And that's my week. The best Zen chill I've had all week was this. And the fucking sun's getting too dark to fly, and I only got 1 battery for the big one. So I'm gonna get more. No, I had 2. The other one's on the charger. So, yeah, that's what I got. That's today's Captain's Blog. Today's Captain's Blog is made possible by an enthusiastic grant from Josh Manalo. Thank you, sir.